Hello there. Thanks so much for joining me today. My name is Stephanie, and I will be your yoga teacher for today. Today is day 24. My heart is so entirely full from this experience, and I hope that this experience is making you feel awesome too. Today's focus is going to be all about being free to be you, and being free to be here in this space, especially our rectangle mats that we keep showing back up to every day. We're going to start in standing today. I know it's always a fun time when I say we're starting in standing or down dog. So let's go ahead and begin to root our feet firmly into the mat, coming up onto the toes, rocking back to the heels, slowly putting our toes back on the ground. Slight bend in those knees. We have a neutral pelvis here. Our shoulders can roll back, palms face forward. Grow tall through that spine. Crown of the head actively reaching up towards the sky. And close those eyes. Seeing how it feels today to stand here. Making sure all points in our body are right. Feet firmly planted. Slight bend in the knees. Neutral tilt in that pelvis. Shoulder blades back. Palms facing forwards. Crown of the head reaching up. I grew whenever I started to learn how to stand up correctly. And yoga is what taught me the correct standing posture. Stacking all of our bones and our joints makes standing for long periods healthier for our bodies. So just take some nice, deep, conscious inhales and exhales while we stand here. Trying to find as much stillness in the body and the mind right now as we can. So nice to find that calm inside. And take your hands to your hips. Shift your weight over to your left foot, and you can open your eyes if you had them closed. We're going to do ankle rolls. So go ahead and pick that right foot up, and let's do ankle rolls to the right. If you need a chair or something or the wall, use it. And reverse that circle and roll it to the left. Nice. Go ahead and release that down. Shift that weight to that right foot. Pick the left up and ankle rolls. My balance feels a little off this morning. At least this is not a balancing posture flow today. And reverse that circle. Beautiful. Shift that weight back into the left. We're going to do our quad stretch. So just pulling up the right leg, grabbing it behind us, and then pulling our foot towards our booty. We are not allowing this, I know we've done this before, but we're not allowing this leg to come far forward or far back. We want it to be in line with our other leg, and we just want to pull to stretch that quad. Breathing. And release. Very nice. Go and put that weight into the right foot now and pick the left leg up. Quad stretch on the left. Standing up nice and tall. Breathing, no holding, no clenching. Very nice. Go ahead and release. Come to the top of your mat. Go ahead and inhale, arms up overhead. We're going to exhale. We're going to swan dive down into our forward fold. First forward fold of the day. Feet can be hip width apart. You can interlace opposite elbows. Sway left or right here. Just hanging out. Now you've got options here. You can find freedom in this forward fold. You can place your 2 peace fingers around your big toes, pull deeper. You can take your hands under your feet, allow your toes to give your wrist a nice little massage. That's always nice. You can plant the right hand, sweep the left hand up, or find the stillness. So the freedom on the mat is big, and offering the options is something I want to do more of. There's always ways to make flows easier and make them harder and kind of cater them to you, but we have to know how to do those things. So finding the freedom in the postures is important today for us. So find whatever feels good. Find what you want to do here today. And our forward fold. And we're going to go ahead and plant those hands. We're going to step the right foot back and lower down the knee. And then go ahead and step the left knee back. We have found ourselves in all fours position. Making sure our hips are over our knees. Our knees are about hip width apart. Hands are about shoulder width apart, and our shoulders are stacked over our wrist. Our gaze is in between our hands. Let's go and drop that belly, lift that chest for our cat position. Exhale, round through that spine and find cow. Let's do this a couple times on your own. And of course, we have the option to move freely today. So you can do barrel rolls here or traditional cat-cow, whichever you find feels better right now. Or you could be in all fours, finding your peace and stillness there. If you're taking cat-cow, we're going to do one more. And then we're going to meet back in neutral. And we're going to sweep our right hand up towards the sky. And we're going to thread the needle through the left. So go ahead and come on down to that right shoulder. Left hand is up above our head. And we breathe. We've been working on that directional focus of our energy. And here would be a good place to use that breath to send that light of love to the tight spots here. We're going to slowly peel ourselves back up. That right hand is going to sweep back up towards the sky. And go ahead and plant it back down. Go ahead and inhale that left hand up towards the sky. And exhale, we're going to thread the needle coming down on that left shoulder. Right hand is up above our head. And we breathe. Finding the freedom here as this left hand can bond, or you can just leave it in front. Slowly begin to peel yourself back up. Left hand sweeps back up towards that sky, and it plants back down. Go ahead and push back up into our first downward facing dog. So here we have options. You can just come into this down dog and just be here, finding that stillness and that calm. You could come up to your tiptoes, trying to get your belly to your thighs. You can twist by taking your feet to the outside edges of the mat and taking one hand to the opposite ankle and twisting. Or you could also pivot those heels one way towards the right to get that side body stretch, or towards the left to get the other side body stretch. All kinds of options always in down dog. You could also take spinal rolls if you're into that sort of thing. But wherever you are, just find your most beautiful down dog. I'm just going to be here for just a few more breaths. And let's go ahead and roll forward into plank. And we're going to step the right foot up and then the left foot up. Back in our forward fold. Slowly begin to peel yourself up, bone by bone, all the way up to our standing position here. Head and neck come last. Nice. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, slice through that sky, coming back into our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Weight is in the toes. Nice long spine. Neck is the extension of the spine. Exhale, fold. Plant those hands and step the right foot back, followed by the left foot. We're in plank. Lower down the knees, and then the chest and the chin. Roll through into our cobra. And then meet me back, downward facing dog. Nice cleansing exhale. Very nice. So we're going to roll back forward into plank. Go ahead and drop that right knee down. We're going to pivot on this left foot right behind the right foot now. Coming into gate pose. So go ahead and take that left hand off. Now, we have options. If you fall, it's okay. You can also have this right leg pivoted back to give you more stability. Pushing the hips forward. This left arm can come up and overhead along in front of us. Beautiful. And here we are in our most beautiful gate pose. Smile is on our faces. Chest is lifted. Breathing. Now we're going to have some fun here. Lifting that left leg up. Seeing if you can step it up to the top of the mat. And go ahead and pivot. If you had that right leg, pivot it back. So now we are in our lunge. We're going to inhale, arms up overhead. Beautiful. Making sure your left ankle is over your left, making sure your left knee is not over your left ankle. You should see that left big toe. Core is engaged, glutes are engaged. Very nice. Go ahead and plant those hands. We're going to step back into plank. We're going to roll forward into our chaturanga, lower down, push up into our upward facing dog. We're all going to meet back in downward facing dog. Go ahead and take you a couple deep breaths here. And we'll roll forward into plank. Drop that left knee down, pivot on the right, and coming into our gate pose on this side. Right hand is up towards the sky or out in front of our crown of our head. Breathe. Chest is lifted. Hips are pushing forward. Glutes are engaged. Breathing and smiling here. And let's play and see if we can get that right foot to come and step up. And go ahead and allow your inhale to bring you up into our lunge. Making sure you can see that right big toe. That right knee is not splaying over that right ankle. I got the wording right that time. Thank you. Y'all are all stars for sticking with me. Beautiful. Frame that foot. Step it back into plank. Rock forward into chaturanga. Lower down into upward facing dog. Meet me back. Downward facing dog. Very nice. Just take you some nice deep breaths here. And go ahead and walk the hands back towards the feet. Come up onto them toes, and we're coming down. We're going to have a little toe stretch here. So we're on our toes. If this is enough, you can stay here. If you want a little more, go ahead and drop those knees down and sit back on them toes. Yeah, it's a little intense. It's okay. Let's get our mind off of it. Go ahead and interlace those hands and push them forward. Stretching through the fingers and the wrists here. And then take them up and all the way overhead. Breathe. Not thinking about the toes, only thinking about the fingers and the hands. And release and interlace those hands and then roll them one way. And then roll them the other way. The other way is probably going to be a little weird. Shake them out. Very nice. We're going to come forward into plank. Go ahead and maybe give those toes a nice little tap and push up into plank. So we're just going to hold here for just a second before we shift over to right side plank. Options. Always options. You can have both your feet on the ground to help. You can drop that right knee down, kind of like a gate pose here to help you. You could take tree pose here, or you could try to grab for the foot. Extended side plank. Wherever you would like to be. Trying to maybe take the gaze towards the ceiling. Breathe. You got this. Beautiful. Go ahead and release. And let's come into a child's pose for just a second. Breathe here. Nice, big, conscious, deep breaths. And go ahead and come back up. And tuck those feet. And we are in plank again. We're going to shift over to the left side. Side plank, Vastisthana. Left or right hand goes up towards the sky. We have the options here of dropping that left knee down. Or we can stack the feet. Or we can have them in tree pose. Or extended side plank. And taking the gaze towards the ceiling. And breathing. No holding. No clenching. We are smiling, happy yogis. Strong, powerful, free yogis. Nice. Go ahead and come back to plank. Push forward, chaturanga. Lower down and push up into upward facing dog. Everybody meet back. Downward facing dog. Very nice. Side planks are not easy, but they are just so, so good for us. Go ahead and roll forward and come down to them knees. Mermaid them legs to the left. Sit back. And we're going to come actually all the way down to our bellies. Okay, so we are about to do bow pose. Okay, so we are going to have our bellies firmly planted on the ground. We're going to reach around and grab our ankles. Now, our feet are active. We don't just have them here, they are active. They create that shelf that is going to help us come up into our bow pose. So, grab for the ankles, flex the feet, and on our inhale, we're going to rise up. Kick those feet. Glutes are engaged, thighs are engaged, gaze is forward. Breathe. And release. You can keep a hold of those ankles. We're going to do it one more time. Just take a couple deep breaths. I'm going to push back in. And on your next inhale, go ahead and push up. I should say kick up. And breathe. Nice. Go ahead and release. Very, very, very nice. So we're going to go and push up into a kneeling position here. You can have your feet tucked if you'd like, or not. Just a beautiful kneeling position is fantastic. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open up to the right. Gentle twist here. Gaze is towards the back of the room. Allowing that breath to come back down to its natural rhythm. Inhale, arms back up. And open out to the left. Gentle twist to the left. Inhale back to center, arms up. And exhale. Coming down for Shavasana. So let's go ahead and come onto our backs. Send our legs out long. If you'd like, you can take your arms into cactus or T shape if that's accessible for you. Just allowing your body to come back. Allowing all that free energy to absorb back into all of your cells. Being free. The goal of yoga is freedom from the mind and body. I challenge you to find some freedom in your daily life today. In some way or another, find the freedom by changing it up just a little bit. If you normally get in the car, put your feet in first. Try to sit down first and then swing your feet in. Just try something new, something more you. Freedom is what we all seek. Freedom is what we should all find. Thank you so much for joining me today, day 24. You are Amazing. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you back on the mat tomorrow. The light in me honors the light that is inside of you. Namaste.